at this mess! You are completely incompetent. I demand that you are fired immediately!
Don't touch my glass, you filthy woman. The words sliced through the restaurant like a knife. Heads turn. Forks freeze mid-air. The woman's voice drips with disgust, and in that moment, no one knows the quiet waitress she just insulted. The woman she's about to destroy owns everything around her. The restaurant, the wine, the very chair she's sitting on in a few minutes. Her life will change forever. The restaurant was the kind of place where chandeliers sparkled like stars that refused to dim. Laughter floated like perfume. The smell of truffle and roasted lamb lingered in the air. At table 7 sat Claire Donovan, a woman whose wealth could buy anything except grace. Her laughter was sharp, her tone entitled. She wore confidence like armor and cruelty like jewelry. When the waitress arrived, Claire didn't even look up. She just sneered. "This table's been waiting for 10 minutes, she said, waving her hand dismissively. "We ordered Chateau Margaux, not this." "Cheap nonsense." Amara, the waitress, met her gaze briefly. Her eyes were calm. Deep brown, steady, unreadable. "I'll bring the correct bottle right away, ma'am," she said softly. Claire frowned. "You better. And don't spill it. These uniforms never seem to fit right on people like you." Her words dropped like stones into the silence that followed. A couple at the next table shifted uncomfortably. But no one said a word. Amara King had lived many lives before this one. Years ago, she was a name whispered across boardrooms, the youngest black billionaire in the country. She built her empire from nothing, a small kitchen, a single recipe, and a mother's dream. Her mother had always said, "Serve with love even when the world serves you hate." When her mother passed, Amara promised to carry that lesson forever. She built restaurants around that belief, every location, every meal, a tribute to respect and dignity. But tonight, she wasn't here as the owner. Tonight, she was here to see how her staff was treated when no one thought she was watching. When Amara returned with the wine, she poured with practiced elegance. The liquid shimmered, rich and dark like her skin. Claire sniffed the glass dramatically. "Wrong year again. Useless." She leaned back, crossing her arms. "You probably don't even know what vintage means, do you?" Amara smiled faintly. "It means patience. It means time." Claire scoffed. "Don't get smart with me. I know your type. You people always pretend to be better than you are." Her friends laughed nervously, unsure whether to join in or look away. One of them whispered Claire. Maybe just Claire cut her off. "No, if the service is bad, I'll say it." Across the room, the manager peeked from behind a column, frozen. No one dared interrupt Amara. She didn't defend herself. She just kept standing there, calm, graceful. Untouchable. At the far end of the restaurant, a man named Marcus watched quietly. He had been one of Amara's early investors. He knew that face, the quiet determination, the strength behind the stillness. He recognized her instantly, but said nothing. He wanted to see how far this would go. When dessert arrived, Claire's frustration had turned into a storm. "I told you no chocolate," she snapped, slamming her hand on the table. Amara nodded, apologizing softly, though she hadn't made the order. "I'll fix that right away, ma'am." But Claire wasn't finished. She grabbed the small silver jug on the table, a bottle used for cleaning the wine stains. She thought it was water. "What you need," she hissed, "is a lesson in respect." The moment stretched in. She flung the liquid toward Amara's face. Gasp erupted across the room. Time seemed to stop. Amara turned, just enough for the acid to miss her, and splash back across Claire's cheek. The sound of her scream shattered the air. Her diamond bracelet hit the floor. The laughter died. Her friends went pale. No one moved. The smell of chemicals hung heavy in the air. The manager rushed forward. Security followed, and Amara, she didn't say a word. She simply stood there, her calm presence almost surreal against the chaos. Marcus finally rose from his table. His voice was low, steady. That woman you just attacked, he said, is Amara King. The entire room went still. The billionaire who owns this restaurant, and the hotel above it, and the company that signs your husband's paychecks. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Claire's trembling hands covered her face. No, that's impossible, she stammered. Amara finally spoke. Her voice was soft, but every word landed like a weight. Power isn't loud, she said. It's quiet. It's how you treat people when you think no one's watching. She turned toward the stunned guests, and the worst poison in this world, she continued, isn't what you throw. It's what you carry inside. Security helped Claire up as she sobbed, her voice cracking between apologies and denial. Please, she whispered. I didn't know. Amara looked at her, eyes filled not with anger, but pity. You never asked, she said gently. You only assumed. Those words lingered longer than any insult could. In the weeks that followed, the story spread everywhere. But it wasn't Amara who spoke. She refused interviews, refused to name the restaurant or the woman. She simply donated millions to organizations that train hospitality staff to handle discrimination safely and to educate people on empathy. When Claire appeared publicly again, her cheek bore faint scars, not just physical, but emotional. Due tears, she admitted, that night, I thought I was throwing power, but I was only showing my weakness. Amara never sought revenge. Her silence became her justice. Every time she walked into one of her restaurants after that, her staff stood a little taller. Her guests spoke a little softer, because they'd all heard the story, and none of them would forget it. Marcus, the quiet diner who had spoken that night, once said, she didn't win by shouting. She won by standing still while the world revealed itself. And maybe that's why her story went viral, not for the pain, but for the peace that followed. Because Amara showed everyone that real strength doesn't need to humiliate anyone. It only needs to remain human. The world is full of moments where silence could either break you or define you. For Amara, it defined her. She proved that the loudest power is kindness held firm in the face of cruelty. That dignity, once earned, can't be taken, not by hate, not by ignorance, not even by acid dots. So the next time you meet someone you think is just a waitress, a driver, a janitor, remember, you might be standing before a giant in disguise. Respect isn't a reward for status. It's the minimum price of being human. If this story touched you, share it. Comment where you're watching from it. Remember, heroes don't always wear medals. Sometimes they just wear aprons.